Good afternoon, it's Adrian again. Yesterday I produced a video about my dad, who was in the RAF in the war, and how he actually later on in his life, at the age of 36, he decided to go back to study, and he studied for his English language exam when he was 36 years old. Having gone through the whole of the war, he then wanted to progress in his career. He knew that in the RAF he had gone to a certain level, but in order for him to progress after the war, he wanted to become an air traffic controller, which is fantastic. But he had to go and study. And what I'm saying to everybody who do not have their GCSE English language, there's no shame in that. It's just that the way life is, sometimes the circumstances don't suit, and sometimes exams spook people. They make them feel very nervous and they don't perform the best they can. But the point about all of this is we can all change, and we can all take more control of our future. And when we talk about people changing, a lot of people feel trapped in what they do, and in some ways they feel limited. But if you really want to do something that you've wanted to do, but you're being held back because you don't have English language GCSE, you should do something about it. You should take action. It's never too late to learn. The thing is, change can happen in an instant. It's not that takes time. It's the decision to change. So what I'm getting you to do today is to think about taking action today, about taking on a GCSE English language study course with me as an adult. We all could do with a boost, and sometimes you need to invest in yourself. And I know it's not easy once you're in the full remit of life, when you're growing older or you've grown up more, you've got children of your own, your focus goes to your children, but it doesn't go to yourself as much. So my advice is today that you actually take action. So what I've done on my website today, which I'm now going to share, is to tell you about, so if you look on this is my website, and on my website I have put all this information about you wanting to be an adult who wants to get their GCSE. And here I've done this is the video I did the other day, so that's still there. And here I tell you about the three elements of the type of tuition I can offer: one-to-one tuition, paired tuition, and small group tuition, maximum 4. I think if you go beyond 4, it begins to dilute the strength of learning to an extent. I mean, when you were at school, you were in classes of 30, and the teachers do a fantastic job, but it is difficult to get everybody on board and get them to understand. So what I've put here now, instead of saying register your interest, I want you to fill in this application form online here. You just click on here and it's a Word document. There's no commitment. It's just that if you take action in doing this, then I can look at the numbers that are actually coming on to my website and are showing interest in something. I think people feel this fear, but there's always an option for someone. You do have to invest in yourself, but the form is easy to do. You just click on it and then you return it to me. And as I said, there's no commitment to anything at this stage. But the other thing that it tells you when you actually go on this form and fill it in, it tells you all the costs that are involved. And when I say all the costs, it means the different types of costing for different types of tuition. If it's one-to-one tuition, obviously that's an individual tuition. and it will be a certain amount. And if it's paired tuition, that will be slightly less because there's two. And then in a small group tuition, it will be less again, but then there's full review in that group as well. And also people think that, you know, when a teacher teaches, if they're teaching one-to-one or paired or small group, that it's much easier to do a group. In fact, it's much harder to do a group because you're having to accommodate 4 different people, probably who have different strengths and weaknesses. So it's not that easy. But what I'm trying to do is get the interest and get this whole idea started. So you can go to my website. You know that after the video, you will see the website address, which is aht.me.uk/adult GCSE-English. And if you go to that, you will get onto this page. And then all of this is up to you. You then can get involved, find out more information. Once I'm getting lots of interest. So I want to build a whole load of people with their emails, and then we can build groups, build pairs, build individual places. But I don't have every day of the week to be able to do tuition. So the places are limited to 3 days, Monday to Wednesday, and they're either mornings or afternoons. Now that might exclude people straight away, but that's because I'm busy in other ways with other students. I don't have the evening times because of my GCSE English students who are at school. So that's basically it. It's about getting on and starting to think, right, you know, this could change my life. Now, it changed my dad's life. You know, I don't want to put anything less than that. It is really important that going through what he did and then finding that he was able to build a career with the RAF was incredibly important to him. And to be with that camaraderie of people that he'd worked with was fantastic. So all I'm saying to everybody out there who really did not get that GCSE, it will suddenly open a door for you. You probably had something you wanted to do in your life, but found you couldn't do that unless you did this. So take this seriously. And, you know, working as an adult, remember you've developed that maturity of wanting to learn. I remember so many times when, you know, speaking to adults all over the world, to be fair, when they used to say, oh, I could have done better at school. And, you know, even I could have done better at school. I was very laid back, very casual. And I had too many digressions. I was doing sport. I was doing all sorts of stuff on top of my studies. But life is about living. And, you know, you can't change the past, but you certainly can have an impact into your future. And it's up to you. You know, if you decide to do something, don't feel guilty for doing it. You know, you probably deserve another chance of doing something. So I want people to now get in touch with me. Don't be afraid. There's no commitment. This is just building the idea, and then we can follow it up, and we can take one day at a time and work our way to an experience that will really help you and give you more choices. Thank you very much.